Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we brought this to you while we were on the air live, 3 p.m. Eastern, a short time ago. Mass shooting at a Rhode Island high school hockey game. High school students in the middle of the game. The shooter has been identified as a transgender father. For a while, you literally see high school hockey players scrambling for dear life, racing on the ice to get away from flying bullets. Horrible scene. Apparently, the dad shoots his wife and children. A family dispute. Again, a crowded Rhode Island hockey arena. Horrible, horrible scene. A number of people shot and killed. And this happened just a short time ago. The sheriff has finally cleared Nancy Guthrie's family in the kidnapping case in Arizona, but still does not reveal a suspect. The sheriff stating the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, have been cleared as possible suspects in this case. Something very troubling occurring here in my backyard in New York City. 500 youth look like a wolf pack storming through a Bronx mall in what's being called as the Bay Plaza takeover. That happened a few hours ago, resulting in multiple detainments, that is, by the NYPD. The National Guard troops in New Orleans, Bourbon Street, just subdued a suspect right before Mardi Gras kicks off. Could have prevented something really bad from happening tonight. We all remember what happened a year ago when that truck stormed through, killing a number of people. And Attorney General Pam Bondi says sanctuary cities are a thing of the past. You know, sometimes, folks, it's a small world. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. So I started receiving the text in the middle of the 3 p.m. show from family members. And the moment I got off the air at 3:58:10, I'm reaching out to my daughter to find out where my grandson was, hoping that he was not at this hockey game in Rhode Island. And thank God he wasn't. And it just so happens at the TV station in Rhode Island where my daughter actually used to work, actually was an on-air reporter there. This is how they reported the horrible, horrible news.
To you. All right, Nicole, we just got some chilling information into the newsroom. We do have some sad updates to deliver. This is from the mayor's office of Pawtucket. A young girl is dead. A young girl was killed in the shooting. We also know that the shooter is dead. Police are not looking for anyone else at this point, so it appears that there was a single shooter. But again, a young girl has tragically been killed in this shooting. The exact age is unknown at this time. That is from the Pawtucket mayor's office. We also know that there were 5 victims in total. 4 of those victims are in the hospital.
So horrible, horrible scene. And again, the shooter who's dead has been identified as transgender, according to his own daughter, who says he had serious mental health issues.
Shot my family, and he's dead now.
She described that shooting suspect as her father. She came out of the police department behind me here in tears after presumably being interviewed by police.
My father was a shooter.
What happened?
Shot my family, and he's dead now.
What was the reasoning? Was there a family argument?
He has mental health issues.
So, yes, she goes on to describe those mental health issues a little bit more. She says that he had been struggling with mental health for quite some time. She said, quote, he was very sick.
Again, folks, and I'm almost tired of saying this, something is going on with some transgenders. I don't know if it's in the medication. I don't know what's going on, but the common denominator in a number of these shootings, from Tennessee to now Rhode Island and several states in between, happens to be transgender shooter. You tell me why that is. Let's switch to the case of Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother, the mother of Savannah Guthrie of the Today Show, NBC News, and Harvey Levin, one of the major hosts of TMZ. And I got to tell you, folks, I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable the way he has inserted himself into this story nonstop. But in fairness of Harvey Levin, he has received a number of letters. And according to Harvey Levin, you're about to hear, one of the letters state that Nancy Guthrie has indeed been taken to Mexico.
It is Monday morning. We have received a 4th letter from the same person who says that he knows where Nancy Guthrie is and he wants money in return for the information. Essentially, he wants the reward. So I have something to say to you, and I have already talked to the FBI about this, that if you are not real, you're committing a crime, and you should know that. And this is a serious federal crime. If you are real, this is the 4th letter you've sent, and I should tell everybody that in this letter it says, I know what I saw 5 days ago south of the border, and I was told to shut up, so I know who he is, and that was definitely Nancy with them. This is the 2nd time he has referred to more than one person involved in this. He said there is a main person and there are others, and he said it here. He is saying that Nancy was taken to Mexico. Now, this is what he's saying. I'm not going to vouch for him, but this is the 4th letter. We have sent them all on to the FBI.
And as I mentioned, again, in the 3 p.m. show, we all know by now President Trump says if she is not returned alive, that his administration, that you're going to be looking at the death penalty. And this from Fox News, the Will Cain show.
Trump threatens kidnappers with death penalty if Nancy Guthrie isn't returned alive in a call with the Post. He told the Post, quote, the abductors would face very, very severe, the most severe federal consequences if Nancy Guthrie is found dead after being abducted from her home outside of Tucson on February 1st. Asked if that meant the DOJ would request the death penalty, Trump answered, the most. Yeah, that's true. This after Savannah Guthrie issued her own plea to the person who took her mom.
It's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, And I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope and we still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late. And you're not lost or alone, and it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late.
It's so painful to watch this play out. And I have to be honest with you folks, looking at Savannah Guthrie, I don't know her personally. I've never met her. But it looks like in real time in front of us, as one would expect in a situation like this, it looks like she's on the verge of a full mental breakdown. And it's horrible to consider and see this all play out. Let's start with your telephone calls. Line 1, Tom in Boston. Good morning, Tom. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. Dominic, I was thinking with these transgender people, the one common denominator, they're all on puberty blockers. I wonder if that's what's doing this to these people. I wonder if these puberty blockers have been tested or whatever. I think that could be the common denominator.
You know, Tom, I don't know what to say. I support some in the transgender community. I really do believe live and let live, right? You do your thing, right. I do mine. It's not for me. But I'm not down with, with transgenders reading to school kids in the library and stuff like that. But something is going on, man. This is happening too many times. And dare I say, I don't mean to offend any of my friends in the transgender community, because not all, I hate to paint with a broad brush, not all have some type of mental illness. Something is terribly wrong. I don't know if it's a denial in terms of thinking that you're the opposite sex, and then next minute you go back. Some don't. Some live their lives and the way they want to live it, and that's that, and that's cool. But Tom, maybe you're on to something, man. I don't know what it is, but something's in this medication that's making them snap. I'll give you the final word before I move on.
Yeah, Dominic, 50 years ago, I never heard of this men want to be women, women want to be men. Yeah, I've heard of gays and lesbians, but I've never heard of these transvestites. But now that they're there, they're giving them these puberty blockers, Dominic. So I'm thinking that's the common denominator with this whole situation.
Right. Well, thank you, Tom. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, I'm going to talk to Matt Blaze about this and get his take and see what he thinks. Let's go to Tom on Long Island. Another Tom, line 2. Tom, what's on your mind?
Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to comment on that. It's no mystery. If you take a child and do that to them, of course they're going to be tortured emotionally.
Okay, but wait. Tom, you said do that to them. What's that?
Well, alter their, sex. I mean...
Well, who says that his sex was altered? Maybe he was just cross-dressing.
That's what they mean by trans, right? I mean...
Right, yeah. To be honest with you, Tom, man, I'm so confused. I don't know exactly what it does mean.
But it's not something in the water, Dominic.
Well, I didn't say it was in the water. I said the medication that they're being given.
Yeah,
Tom,
and
But no, I'm up against a break, Tom. If you want, you can hold on, but it's going to be a couple of minutes. It's time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking, maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin. saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Hey, it's Sterling K. Brown from the Hulu original series Paradise. The next chapter begins as Xavier's search for his wife takes him above ground, and what he finds will change everything. It was never just about the bunker. Tune in and discover the truth lies outside. Paradise, the official podcast, is now streaming, and stream Paradise Season 2 on February 23rd on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
TaxAct knows every small business owner has different tax filing needs. With TaxAct, you can file yourself with the help of an expert, or TaxAct can do it all for you. You're the boss, the head honcho, the top banana. And TaxAct is like your loyal, trusty tax aide, ready to pounce on any tax needs you might have. TaxAct is dying to pounce on some small business tax needs. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And looking at my Twitter, at my X, before we go back to Tom, Long Island, Michael Pagan says, hey, at Dominic TV, just the idea of thinking you're in the wrong body is in itself a mental illness. Add to that the medications and the fact that the media tells you the world is against you is a recipe for trans violence. This has to stop. Affirming someone's mental illness is wrong. Add to that the politicians that convince these individuals that they are discriminated against puts people in a bad place. That's Michael's perspective. Tom, Long Island, continue with your point. And obviously it's not in the water, because if it was in the water, it would impact everyone. But go right ahead, Tom.
Well, I appreciate you holding me over, Dominic. I really do. But
Okay.
I'm just a little shocked that you seem like naive on this topic.
How am I naive on this topic?
Well, maybe you're not, but I'm just sensing that you might be.
Okay, well, tell me how I'm naive on this topic.
You're like shocked. It's nothing new.
What's nothing new? Tom, I don't have all day to play this game with you. What's nothing
the
new?
transgender violence by transgenders. It's not new.
So wait a minute. So all of a sudden, people ending up dead. A hockey stadium in Rhode Island, where my daughter lives, and you know the shooting up in Tennessee and so on. We can go through shooting after shooting in the last couple of years. You're telling me this is not a relatively new phenomenon?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. No, it's not.
Yes,
and it appears a certain section of the community is responsible for the recent shooting.
All right, got it, Tom. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Rocco in Connecticut. Rocco, what's on your mind?
Hi. First, tragic what happened in Rhode Island. But I wanted to talk about Nancy's, Guthrie is the individual that appears on the screen wearing a mask. I believe it's somebody who did work in the house, either the construction company, an employee.
Okay, well, wait a minute, Rocco. If it's someone that did work in the house, you don't think they would have did a better job disconnecting the video camera, the alarm system?
No, they are not. They're not that competent. They're getting more credit than they deserve. But what I find interesting, like somebody doesn't recognize the person, because if you look at the way he walks, it reminds me of sort of like as young people now, you know, when they wear the pants, it's kind of like below the waist, and they need to keep their feet apart to keep the pants up, and that's the walk that he has. It kind of looks like his toes. He's got the wide stance. His toes are in, and his heels are out. So I really think it's somebody that either construction company or somebody who was familiar with the with the place, somebody who's been there, somebody who's been there before.
Do you believe?
And I'm surprised people have seen.
Do you believe, and we're hoping? Wait, hold on, Rocco. Do you believe, and we're hoping against hope at this point, that she's still alive? Do you believe that this 84-year-old woman is still alive?
No, I don't think. I don't think she's alive. No.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I don't.
Right.
It would be great to be wrong, to have our life, but the reality is, it's not. They're just catching this.
Right.
This
I
individual
hear you, Rocco, and thank you for the great call. All I can say is if she's not alive, shame on you, because when Trump is done with you, it's not going to be pretty. Time for a break. When we come back, more of your telephone calls.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Tap the banner to learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
now. From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And back to your telephone calls in a few minutes. We're talking about right now the mass shooting in Pawtucket, Rhode Island at a hockey game. The police commissioner there.
No.
As for the suspect, can you confirm whether the suspect's a male, female? We've heard that it's a transgender person. Is that something that you have in terms of information?
So what I can say right now that we have identified the person, the suspect, by a birth name. The birth name was Robert Dorgan. We have also learned that the person does go by the name of Roberta, also uses the last name of Esposito. But again, that will be all confirmed throughout the course of the investigation as to their status that really doesn't have anything to do with the investigation.
Do you have an age? An age of the suspect?
1960.
So the suspect at the Rhode Island mass shooting, transgender. Something's going on, folks. Something's going on in the medication that transgender are taking. Matt Blaze, help me make sense of this. How do you explain what's going on?
Everyone keeps talking about medication and puberty blockers. This man was 56 years old. It wasn't like he transitioned when he was 13, because 13 would have been 1982. So I don't know if he was taking any kind of medication, any kind of hormone pills. We have no idea. They had his birth name and then his other name, which was more Hispanic, Roberta Esposito. Sounds like Hispanic, maybe Italian. So we don't really know if he was even taking any kind of hormones. We don't know. Look, back in the day, it was transvestite or cross-dresser.
Correct.
You were still a man, but
Right.
you dressed as a woman.
Correct.
So it wasn't really like, oh, I want to be a woman. I want to transition from being a man to a woman. We don't know if this guy wanted that, because he was married. He had kids. Not like we haven't seen men transition to women that were married and had kids. I mean, look at Caitlyn Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner. But we don't know what it is that, or why. They say it was some sort of family dispute, which of course is crazy to go and kill your own family anywhere at a hockey game. And his own daughter said he had mental issues. We don't know if that stemmed from anything having to do with him wanting to be known as Roberta.
But answer this for me, please. Here's where I get confused. One picture we see this dude, he's all tattooed up and macho man.
Yeah, on a motorcycle.
Right. The next picture, he's dressed up as a woman. That's not a form of mental illness in itself. I know you're not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but okay, I'll be direct and honest since I'm putting you on the spot. To me, it's a form of clear mental illness.
I don't know if people just feel, if some people feel it's a spiritual thing and they don't want to get bogged down with labels of men and women and all that kind of. I'm not into any of that. I don't believe in that stuff. But if that's what you believe in, and do you? But if there's some sort of problem with that, if you're having some sort of identity issue, then yeah, it is some kind of form of mental illness in that way.
I'm confused. And I'm really confused, man, because the stories about Eddie Murphy had been around for years. Yep. For years.
And he got caught?
Right. And they would catch him all the time and let him go. But then one time they didn't let him go. And he said he was trying to give her, I guess him, a ride home. I don't even understand the logic of why, and maybe it's not for me to understand, okay? That's one. But why do you want someone sexually dressed up as a woman that has a penis? I don't understand.
I can only say, not that I have any experience with this, but I can only say that in their own minds, they justify it as, well, it's not gay because they look like a woman.
They definitely justify it, right?
Right.
But when the clothes come off, he's got a penis.
But I still want you to look like a woman. Is it a she?
Should I say she? Or it's still a he with a penis.
I agree. So, yeah, is that mental illness in that way? I mean, what is the definition of mental illness? What does that mean that you're mentally ill because you feel this way? I don't know. But obviously there was something wrong with this guy to go and shoot your family. That's just, no matter what you are, no matter you're a man, a woman, trans, it doesn't matter. And what you were talking about with the caller who said this isn't anything new, yeah, it is. What are you talking about? Did you hear about this 15 years ago?
No.
Did you hear about this 10, even 5 years ago?
Now it's a common thing.
And I don't know if it's a common thing because there were people, maybe they were in the closet and we didn't know back then.
I was just thinking the same thing. And I blame government. I blame Democrats for saying, kumbaya, this is all okay. I hate to use this word, but you're normal. You don't have to hide this in the closet. Maybe it was a good thing when it was forced to be hidden in the closet. I just don't know, Blaze.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know when you say mental illness, what that really means, because this is wrong on every single level. And again, we don't know if there were people in the closet that felt this way. It's just wrong, period. So I don't know if this means, because if that was the case, that would mean there'd be a lot more shootings and killings and murders going on if everybody that was trans and taking hormones, and we don't even know if this person was taking hormones.
Right, we don't.
But the people that were, let's say, and we know that they were, or they were transitioning or whatever, and they killed somebody or shooting or whatever they did, we don't know that has anything to do with it. Right. Because, like I said, there's a lot of people on trans hormones, and are they going out and killing everyone? No. So there'd probably be more. So is that the reason? Does it affect everyone differently? Possibly. Well, we just don't know.
Blaze, thank you very much. I don't know what's going on in Rhode Island. When my daughter moved there, we thought it was a safe state.
You must have been, when you first heard about this, you must have been like, oh my God.
Right, literally on the air.
Because you don't know where they are, what they're doing.
I don't know where my grandson is. He could have been at the hockey game.
Yeah.
You just don't know. Let's continue with the telephone calls. We see all your calls you're trying to get through. Just please be a little patient. Maybe hit redial. Let's go to line 2. Deirdre, New Jersey. Good morning, young lady. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. Thank you for taking my call. I just heard your whole conversation. And listen, I might say hormones do play a big part. The only reason why I can tell you this is because growing up with my daughter, her anger at about 7 years old would go from 1 to 10 in a matter of 5 minutes. So I knew something was wrong. I'm thinking something's wrong. So I took her to medical doctor, blah, blah, blah. And they came out with, when I got her blood screened and everything screened, she was 0.02 testosterone level higher than the average, girl, I guess. So they said to me, listen, she's .02, which means like maybe that's why her anger is going from one extreme to another in a matter of minutes. So I went for more screening, and I don't know. As I listen to you guys talk and everything, I'm like, okay, I guess either at that point in time, when she got older, I had to explain this to her. Like, you understand, there's something wrong here hormonally in your body. So either you contain it, control it, or something is off.
So, Deirdre, before I let you go, how does one go from tattooed up, looking like Macho Man, the man that apparently killed himself a few hours ago in Rhode Island? So he's Macho Man, in one video. The next video, he's dressed up as a woman. Then we find out he's shooting up the hockey arena. How does that happen?
Okay, was he getting hormonal injections?
We don't know. We may not ever know.
We don't know. You're right. We may never know. But as far as, and I heard you talking to Matt Blaze, whatever, this is the deal. I think it all started with the music industry. What do they call it? The chick with a D.
Right.
Chick with a D. So in the music industry, that's what they were portraying. Back in the 80s, hair bands. The guy looked like a girl, but was attractive as a girl, but yet he had a penis. Yeah. And people, I guess,
Hey, Deirdre, this is. I thank you for the great call. This is above my pay grade. I'm still, folks, confused, and maybe I'll sit down with some of my gay friends, and they'll, as they say, girl, we'll give you the tea, right? Dominic, girl, we'll give you the tea, because I need the tea. I need to know, why does a man, I don't have to know, but I want to know, and I just asked Blaze, and we're both stumbling all over this, why does a man want a man dressed as a woman, looks as good as a woman, and then when it's time for the do and the clothes come off, it's a dude? I don't know. Stu, line 1, Brooklyn. What's on your mind, Stu?
Tom, we're on the same page. I talked to you years ago about the government getting into the prostitutes. And you're right. Of course it's a mental illness. But it's also a way of making a lot of money by pushing drugs and an expensive operation. And what really annoys me...
Whoa, Stu, wait. This dude, to our knowledge, he hasn't had any operation, any changing of the sexes. Like I said, 1 minute, Stu, he's Macho Man, tattooed up. The next minute, he's got on a bra and dressed as a woman.
Yeah, but the point is the medical authorities, have deemed it normal. And, so there is no stigma attached to what is obviously someone who has a mental issue. But my bigger concern, whatever it is, these people are a tiny fraction of the population. Autism among children is not. In Europe, the high fructose corn syrup is restricted or has warning labels. Over here, every cookie, every cereal, every ice cream is sweetened with it. And people here know that the process of making it has involved getting mercury into the end product and into all this crap that's used to sweeten product kids are using every single day. And they know that there is a problem, but the bigger problem is annual production of 800 million bushels of corn, and the farm lobby and the ag business lobby that suppresses that information. And nothing has been done about it, and it should.
I think you're on to some great points, Stu, there. Thank you. That's a conversation within itself. My mind, and thank you, Stu, for the call in Brooklyn. You know what? But before I repeat myself, because I'm still locked on this, I can't understand. I really don't. Why a man, Eddie Murphy's situation, somebody at his level, why would Eddie Murphy allegedly want a woman that's really a man. It looks like a woman, acts like a woman, dressed like a woman, the features of a woman, and then on the outside, and then when the clothes come off, she's a man. Why? Maybe I'm asking too many whys. Maybe I'll never get it. Let me figure this out from Francine in Brooklyn on line 1. Francine, good morning. Please help me out here.
What's the big issue about trans issues? I mean, why are they attacking the transgender issue all of a sudden? Let them live or let...
Wait. No, Francine. You can't just say
Maybe
that.
I came in too late. I
know, but
what's
Francine, you got another mass shooting with a person that's a man, but it's has been identified as transgender. We can't just say let them live. This is happening too much. These mass shootings.
Transgender people are 2% of the population. Most
right,
of the
but what's the
being
percentage of the recent mass shootings?
People, I don't understand.
Well, explain that to the family in Rhode Island of all those dead people.
So what happened?
The transgender man shot up the hockey arena, literally.
That's one person out of 1,000, I guess. But maybe he wants to be a woman all of a sudden.
And so, because he can't be a woman, you shoot up the hockey arena?
Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. I'm sorry about that. I just thought the transgender community were being attacked for some reason because they want to, dress as a woman. I mean, but this person who did that, that's wrong. Yeah, so maybe that's something that needs to be rectified, I guess. Sorry to hear about that.
Francine, I wish I didn't have to take a break, but I do. Thank you so much for the call. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And that's not some sound effect. That's what happened a few hours ago in Rhode Island. Yes, the same Rhode Island of the Brown shooting, university shooting a few months ago, high school hockey game. A dad who authorities are identifying as transgender shoots his wife, children, a number of people shot and killed. He's dead. Horrible, horrible situation. I'm going back to your telephone calls in just 1 second. Matt Blaze, I want to ask you a question. So, a number of the ladies here, from Liz in Florida to a number of the ladies to help me get over the cold and sore throat that I had. So when I get home, I'm going to try this. But they told me to get echinacea tea. It took me a few days to get the echinacea tea.
Right.
I got the echinacea tea.
Okay.
And they said to mix it with ginger, right?
Right.
But they didn't tell me how to do it. So am I supposed to skin the ginger, boil the ginger in water, and then use that water with the echinacea tea bag? What am I supposed to do?
You're asking me?
I'm asking you. Because I don't know what to do.
Did you buy actual ginger?
Actual ginger, yes. I got to cut, I got to skin it, take the skin off. And am I supposed to boil that first?
I guess you boil it.
But then do I use that water to go with the water?
Or just take the slice of ginger and put it in the tea? Can't you just do that?
But then you won't have the effect of ginger then, really. If you just, and once you boil it. See,
That's
I don't
what I'm
know.
saying. Just take the actual ginger and put it in the tea. Like put it in your...
The raw ginger?
Yeah, just put it in your cup.
I don't, maybe. I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. So
you got all this stuff and you're ready to go and you don't know what to do.
It only took me a week to get all this stuff. It took me a week, but I'll figure something out. Thank you, Matt Blaze. Let's go to Robert, line 1 in Queens. Robert, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I was just going to say that, men that cross-dress are usually not violent. Like, for instance, Bruce Jenner cross-dresses and, it was something, he always felt like a woman when he was young, but he didn't want to go through the full transition, so he just wore women's clothes. But also in Thailand, it's very common that they have boys or young men, they dress like a female because they don't feel comfortable being a male. But the gay men that go to Thailand, they're attracted to those kind of people.
Hey, Robert, I'm not going to ask the same question because I'm really interested in this. Why a man wants someone that's dressed to the detail, meticulously dressed like a woman, head to toe, and then it's time to take it to the bedroom, and the clothes come off, and it's a man. And you're turned on by this. I don't. Does that mean that person is gay?
No, usually those men that are attracted to that are usually homosexual, but they don't feel comfortable, maybe in public being with another man. So they'd rather go out with someone that looks like a woman.
Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I remember there was a documentary I saw on YouTube where there was a man who was like a child, and he went to Thailand. And he wanted to marry this male that dresses like a girl, and the daughter was very upset about it. Wow. He actually wanted to marry her because he's probably gay.
Robert, how did this become common in America?
Well, there is something to say about the hormones when people are taking hormones and those pills. If somebody has an anger issue or is an aggressive person, those hormones could trigger that. Right.
Hey, Robert, you answered the $1 million question tonight. Thank you so much. You helped me out, really. So now if I could just figure out what to do with the ginger in the echinacea tea, don't laugh at me, Matt Blaze. If I can figure that out, I'll be good, Matt Blaze.
Such problems you have.
Such problems I have. I am back at 3 p.m. Eastern, folks.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.